tourism is a growing segment in the tourism sector, which offers new levels of relationships between the host country and the visitor. What is appealing to the visitor is found among the varied natural attractions, local resources and talents, and indigenous attributes of a community in an area. Through visitor-community interaction, respective cultures are explored, ideas and information are exchanged, and new friends are made. Cultural sites of the Baganda are key community tourism sites. Kasubi tombs, the burial site of the Baganda kings, are a must-see for those seeking an insight into the culture and history of the kingdom. Built in 1882 and converted into the royal burial ground in 1884, they hold 4 royal tombs within the Muzibu Azalampanga, the main building, which is circular and surmounted by a dome. The tombs were designated a UNESCO Cultural Heritage Site in 2001 due to their significance in Buganda culture. The architecture of organic materials, principally wood, thatch, reed and wattle, is of historical value, but the site's main significance lies in its intangible values of belief, spirituality, continuity, and identity. Kasubi Tombs stands today as a major spiritual center for the Baganda and is one of the most active religious places in the kingdom. Tribes of Uganda, like the Nilotic tribes of northern Uganda, are also famous for their interesting culture, music, and dance. The Banyankole in western Uganda are also known for their culture, which revolves around their long-horned cattle, and that includes their dance. Most dances in Uganda are accompanied by an array of traditional music instruments, harps, xylophones, and of course the inescapable drumming. The tribes of the East, like the Basoga, have unique waist-shaking dance routines. The Bagisu from around Mount Elgon dance as they celebrate their circumcision, a rite of passage from male youth into manhood. Bwindi Impenetrable National Park lies in southwestern Uganda on the edge of the Western Rift Valley and is home to an estimated 320 mountain gorillas, roughly half of all the mountain gorillas in the world. Gorillas are intelligent, majestic, gentle giants that share 98.4% genetic material with humans. About 116 gorillas are habituated and individually known by names. The males are known to weigh more than 225 kilograms, and some silverbacks exceed 6 feet tall. Gorilla tracking is concentrated in 4 locations of the park: northwest, east, southeast, and the western edge of Bwindi. Tracking starts at 8 a.m. every day, with a briefing before embarking on a 3 to 6 hour hike, depending on the distance needed to reach the groups. Visitors can spend a maximum of 1 hour with them in order to minimize disturbance. It is a humbling experience standing 7 meters away and observing man's distant cousin feeding, resting the young, playing, and mother bonding with their young. The Chibale Fort Portal area in western Uganda is another rewarding area to explore. In this area lies Chibale National Park. This 795 square kilometer park is home to forest wildlife, most famously 13 species of primates including chimpanzees. Kibale's 1,450 chimpanzees represent Uganda's largest population of this endangered primate. It is also the habitat to 60 mammal species and around 325 to 372 species of birds. The southern part adjoins Queen Elizabeth National Park, and together these protected areas maintain a 180-kilometer long migration corridor for wildlife. In Chibale National Park, 351 tree species have been recorded. Some of these trees, covering 560 square kilometers, rise to over 55 meters and are over 200 years old. Chimp tracking is the most popular of Chibale's primate tracking walks. At Kanyanchu Visitors Center, tracking starts at 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. and lasts 2 to 3 hours on average. It is a discovery of lost relatives who appear to have distinct similar characteristics and behavior to oneself. Kidepo Valley National Park lies in the rugged, semi-arid valleys between Uganda's borders with Sudan and Kenya, some 700 kilometers from the capital city Kampala. Kidepo Valley is Uganda's most isolated national park, but the few who make the long journey north through the wild frontier region of Karamoja would agree that it is also the most magnificent amongst Africa's finest wildernesses. The park boasts of an extensive bird list of 463 species confirmed and 26 unconfirmed. "14, including Verreaux's eagle, Egyptian vulture, and pygmy falcon, are believed to be endemic to the Kidepo and Karamoja region. You may come across climbing lions that elegantly sit on sausage trees, leopard, spotted hyena, and black-backed and side-striped jackal. While in Uganda, take time to visit Kidepo Valley National Park, nominated as Africa's leading national park 2013 by World Travel Awards. Lake Mburo National Park is a compact gem located conveniently close to the highway that connects Kampala to the parks of western Uganda. It is the smallest of Uganda's savanna national parks and underlain by ancient Precambrian metamorphic rocks which date back more than 500 million years. It is home to 350 bird species as well as zebra, impala, eland, buffalo, oribi, defasa waterbuck, leopard, hippo, hyena, topi, and redbuck. This nature's haven is explored by a 2-hour boat voyage. A boat cruise along the eastern shores is a worthwhile experience. The game drives take place on the eastern hinterland of the park. There are several tracks designated to expose visitors to a diverse species of animals and birds. In addition, emphasis is also placed on other attractions like the viewpoint, where you get a panoramic view of the park, the 5 lakes, and rolling hills, among others. The whole park is open to walkers as long as they are accompanied by a ranger guide. This is a wilderness experience starting from the Montana tented camp. The horseback safaris are an exciting way to see the wildlife. Sometimes seen are the ever-frightened eland and buffalo. The 4-hour hikes take visitors up to hilltop viewpoints, with the option of bush breakfasts or sundowners. Mgahinga Gorilla National Park is situated in the extreme southwestern corner of the country. It sits high in the clouds at an altitude of between 2,227 meters and 4,127 meters. As its name suggests, it was created to protect the rare mountain gorillas that inhabit its dense forests. Mgahinga's most striking features are its 3 conical volcanoes that form part of the spectacular Virunga Ranges. These are Mounts Gahinga, Muhavura, and Sabinyo. Mgahinga is home to one habituated gorilla family, the Nyakagezi group. They have for many years been a fairly nomadic ragtag bunch. Mgahinga is also known for more than 4,000 golden monkeys, of which 42 to 60 are habituated. Only found in the Virunga Massif, this rare mammal is mostly found in the bamboo vegetation zone. The Golden Monkey Track is a steep but an interesting 2-hour trek. Some of the steep mountain slopes in this park contain caves formed by lava tubes, one of them being the famous Garama Cave. Mgahinga's dense forests were home to the indigenous Batwa people. These were hunter-gatherers and fierce warriors who depended on the forest for shelter, food, and medicine for generations. In Mgahinga National Park, you discover the magic of their ancient home while partaking nature's walks and learning about the group's cultural heritage. A tour of the Garama Caves reveals an interesting historical account of the Batwa heritage.
A
hike around the forest to the gorge takes 4 hours. The scenery provides an aerial view of the base of Mount Sabinyo. The walk to the Congo border transcends throughout different vegetation zones. Take time to sight the calderas on top of the Gisozi Hill. Look out for Kisoro and Bunagana towns and be captivated by Lake Mutanda. A worthwhile diversion on the route to Mugahinga from Kabale is Lake Bunyonyi, dotted with at least 20 small islands and encircled by steep terraced hills. This lake, that is Africa's second deepest, is unforgettably scenic. Visitors can stay overnight at a number of lakeside resorts or simply follow the Lakeshore Road to Kisoro and Mugahinga. At 4,000 square kilometers, Mount Elgon National Park has the largest volcanic base in the world. Located on the Uganda-Kenya border, it is also the oldest and largest solitary volcanic mountain in East Africa. Wagagi Peak stands at 4,321 meters and is the tallest of the Mount Elgon's peaks. Activities in this park start at the Forest Exploration Center at Kapwai, 13 kilometers from Sipi town. This hub doubles as an educational center for schools and the trailhead for